They said that it's going to take about 16 to 24 hours and then it's going to hit. And the OBGYN said it's going to be painful. So right now I'm having some mild cramping, but it's not bad right now. Thanks, Christy. Erin is at Walmart waiting to get my medications. My daughter had to go through this too. I'm so sorry. I did lose my baby, yeah. I did. Thank you. Thanks. It's okay. You know, I do have to, what's getting me through this is there was no yoke. It was just the part of the beginning of the processing of the baby. And so, I mean, even though it's a baby to me, and no matter if it's the beginning or not, it's still a baby, even though it's not formed. But I think what's helping me is that if it was like 20 weeks or if it was 16 weeks, it would definitely feel a little bit different. It still hurts, not gonna lie. It still is rough, but they do say that after a miscarriage, sometimes your body has the hormones and the like the womb or the uterus, and we're gonna still try. We're not gonna give up. This is just a practice round, and it's, you know, the doctor just told me, Gabby, this is more common than you think. And I said, I know it happens. A practice round? Yeah, that's what the doctor told me. She was trying to make me smile. So, yeah. Well, that's what the doctor said. Maybe they weren't really sympathetic. Who knows? You know how doctors are. Anyway, so they gave me this medication last night. It was Mistapol. A hot shower before the pain kicks in might feel good. I might take a shower. I am scared because I don't know how painful this is going to be. I don't think I'm ready for that. I'm hoping that Aaron stays home while it happens today. I want it to happen today. I don't want it to happen tomorrow. Because Aaron's been with me for the last 2 days. Are you actively bleeding? I mean, there's some blood, but there's not a whole lot. I took the pills when I was further along and honestly felt like a period. Really? Part of the sac came out in the bathroom But what happened was my miscarriage is still happening. And so when I was at the hospital, they did the ultrasound, and it said that the sac was not there anymore. My levels were dropping. I don't have an infection, the doctor told me. The doctor said it's cross-contamination because of everything that's happening to you. So because my urine test is all over the fucking place, the doctor said, when you're going through a miscarriage, your urine's going to be all fucked up. So she said, you don't have any infection. So the only thing that the doctor gave me was the medications to insert into the vaginal area and oxycodone for when the miscarriage actually fully happens. My daughter just lost triplets. I'm so sorry, Tamara. Thank you. Why didn't they just do a DNC? I don't know. The ER doctor said you cannot leave until I talk to your OBGYN. So I had to wait there. I was there for 5 hours at the hospital last night. And that's what the OBGYN prescribed me, was the medications. And then they just told me that I have to see them. I have to call them tomorrow, and I have to go in to see them. Are you in pain? I'm cramping right now, but it's not bad right now, no. How bad are your kidneys? I think my kidneys are fine. Was it twins? I don't know. But you know what's very sad? I was in the ultrasound room, and she was a very, very nice tech. She was a very nice tech. And I told her, I'm probably having a miscarriage. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, and she said, Gabby, I had a woman that was 35 weeks and there was no heartbeat. And that just that was hard to swallow, because I could never imagine 35 weeks pregnant and going into a ultrasound and there's no heartbeat. And it just kind of made me think, because no one really talks about this kind of stuff. So you just kind of feel alone. My last miscarriage, I didn't have any of this because it was so early that this is definitely a little bit more severe, because of me being almost 5 weeks, 6 weeks pregnant. A sac actually formed. So my twins were in 29 weeks. I sadly lost them both. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How far along with you with the last time? I was like maybe a week or two. Not even, under 4 weeks. I was very early. It was a chemical pregnancy, that one. This time I was almost 6 weeks pregnant. So when the first doctor, the OBGYN, when I was tested positive for my HCG levels, they said approximately 4 weeks. You can't tell until you have an ultrasound, because they have to measure the sac and they have to measure everything. So when I went in to see the hospital, that's when they did the ultrasound, not the urgent care. The urgent care fucked up. I'm a fucking idiot. The ER ultrasound measured it, and it's saying 5 weeks and 5 days or something like that. It's on my report. When you miss your period, you're 6 weeks pregnant. So that one wasn't as painful, I'm assuming. No, this one, no. No, that last miscarriage was not even the painful. This one is more. I'm feeling this more. So the hospital seen a sac Yes, if you look at my records on the Justice for Gabby and Cam, you can see that, was it yesterday? I went to urgent care, but they did not see the sac. Maybe she didn't know what she was looking for. I don't fucking know. But this ultrasound person at the hospital took like almost an hour doing the vaginal, traginal, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. And that's when they said that you're 5 weeks and 5 days pregnant. There is a sac, but there's no yolk. There was no actually and my cervix was open, so it wasn't closed. My levels were very, 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 very low. Very low. It just wasn't surviving. And so, yeah, urgent care did an ultrasound. I just don't think they knew what they were doing. I had multiple chemical pregnancies, only sacs, no babies. Yeah, that's tragical, yeah. I'm sorry, I'll drink water. They gave me morphine at the hospital yesterday for the pain, so I oh my God, you guys, when they gave me the morphine, I asked them to reverse it. I don't know if it made it worse, but when they gave me that morphine, I was like, I called the doctor in and I said, can you give me Narcan? I said, reverse it. I said something about the morphine. It made it so much worse. I was having so much cramping. I was like, I thought this was supposed to help, and it wasn't. It was doing the completely opposite thing. I was like, get this morphine out of my body. It was not happy. Not at all. My back was hurting. And I had trouble not breathing, but oh my God. Forget it. Forget it. It was the fucking worst. It was the fucking worst. Oh my God. Thank God Aaron was there. Yeah, I know. I'm so lazy. I don't really care if they're on. I have a tat on my shirt. At this point, I don't really care. I was almost 6 weeks pregnant. Did the doctor Narcan you? No. No, he didn't. He said they just gave me Reglan, and they just gave me some fluids, and they gave me some Zofran, and they just said, just let it pass. And I was like, let's not do that again, please. Yeah, it was a bad reaction. I miscarried at 7 weeks and felt nothing. Were you full term? No, I was 6 weeks. Right now, I feel a little cramping, but the miscarriage is still happening. It's in the process. I just have to, that's what the doctor gave me, mistoprostol, whatever it's called. Yeah. The traginal thing, you mean the ultrasound thing that stuck up your vagina? Yeah. That felt uncomfortable. She made me bleed. She was like making my cervix really fucking angry. It's trash vaginal, Gabby. Oh. Your paperwork said 4 weeks pregnant. It was approximately, you guys, because they didn't do an ultrasound. You have to measure. You guys need to go back to school if you think you know everything. Let's have a little lesson, right? OBGYN found out I was pregnant. All right, Gabrielle, when was your last menstrual period? October 4th. Okay, Gabrielle, you're approximately 4 weeks. We're going to have to get you into an ultrasound. And then I got an ultrasound a few days ago because of what happened with the bleeding. They measured it and said, I'm 5 weeks and 5 days. Good Lord God Almighty, fucking help me. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm smarter than all of you guys. In different ways. Because it's fucking common sense. And I think what's really going on here is that you just don't want to, you just came up with your own fucking theories, and I get it. You don't want to be wrong. I get it. You want to be right. You don't want to admit that you're wrong. So you're keeping your fucking story. And you know what? Do it. Do what you gotta do at this point. I just hope nothing happens to you and people are rude to you when this happens to you, because that's what karma does. And I don't take that back, because anybody that says this is your karma and how you're talking to me and how what I'm going through is just human disgusted. I don't even know the fucking word for it, to be honest. It just shows that you have no compassion, no sympathy, no nothing. Your heart is very evil, and your heart is very, and that's sad. So it just tells more about you than me. Thank you. I'm currently pregnant, and you're very triggering, and the lies. At least you have your baby. At least you have your fucking baby. Congrats. I'm going to show you something else here. This will tell you I'm not a liar. And you can look it up on Google yourself. I want you to look at this. If I wasn't having a miscarriage, I don't think the doctor would prescribe this. I just don't think the doctor would prescribe that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I eventually will grieve, and I will eventually just have to try to find the positive side out of this. And what's helping me is that God doesn't make mistakes, and that it just wasn't meant to be. And I know I didn't do anything wrong, and maybe it was just, I don't know. I always think that, why would God give you something and then take it away from you? You know? But I don't believe that God would do that. maybe God is, I don't know. It's very hard to understand why things like this happen to us. And it's just I'm just thinking, all right, God, I don't know what you have in plan for me. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe I'm gonna have a healthy baby in a few months that I'll be able to get pregnant. I mean, I'm gonna talk to my OBGYN. Maybe maybe we'll have a plan. It's never over. This is never over. It's not like it can't happen again. It can. It's just gonna be something that I'm just gonna have to just try to understand. And I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to get not over it, but healing from it. And just praying. Maybe God knew that the baby, I don't know. You can't just do that to yourself, because you're just going to drag yourself, and it's just not good for you. Just to keep thinking, was there anything you could do to keep the baby? So we're just gonna, my mouth is so dry. So we're just gonna I think I'm just nervous because I don't know how painful this is gonna be. Hi, baby.